Every get-rich story you've ever heard was told by someone it worked for, and that's why it's lying to you. For every person who bet everything and won, there's a crowd you never meet, the people who made the same brave bet and lost. So you study the winners of a lottery and call it a plan while your years quietly pass. But the freedom you're waiting to grab can be built instead, starting today, with no leap at all. Wealth isn't seized in a single moment. It's built small and boring, stacked over years. Picture two people. One's a gambler, shoving chips forward, one bad run from ruin. The other owns a slice of the whole casino, earning from every hand played, forever. You were taught to admire the gambler. Flip it. The owner is free. Make your first owner move now. Take one ordinary dollar headed for spending and aim it at building. That's your first brick. And you're already reaching for the reason you can't lay it. It's worse than that. You haven't started, and it isn't laziness. Starting always looked terrifying. Quit the job, risk the house, bet it all. An awful deal, so refusing was smart. But you don't burn the boat you're standing on. You build a second one, plank by plank, while the paycheck pays the bills, and cross only when it floats. Now the objection you're already forming. I've got nothing to build with. Good. This engine doesn't run on a pile of money. It runs on never stopping. A tiny amount added faithfully, while everyone else starts and quits, beats a big amount handled cleverly. The power was never the size. It was the not stopping. So pick a number so small it feels silly. Aim it at building every time money lands and never break the chain. Save a little, quietly, forever. Simple. Except most people take that little and try to get clever with it. And in this arena, clever works against you. Add up everyone trying to outsmart the market, and they can't. Because together, they are it. The one who does nothing clever, who just owns everything and waits, beats most experts. Average here is elite. So the winning move, the one that feels insane, is to stop trying to win. 3 moves. Aim one ordinary dollar at building today. Automate it and never stop, however small. Stop trying to be clever, own everything, and sit still. One day, you'll look up already free, not because you leaped, but because you never had to. The bold get the headlines. The steady get out. Your move is the smallest. One ordinary dollar aimed at your freedom today. A man lost his business, his income, and nearly his mind in the crash of 2008. And the thing that pulled him out wasn't a loan or a lucky break. It was getting up earlier. He was broke and sinking, and mornings were the worst part, because waking up meant remembering. So he started rising before he had to, not to grind out more work, but to spend a little time becoming someone who could climb out. He read, he moved, he sat still instead of panicking. He wrote down what he wanted. None of it paid a bill. Within a couple of months, the fog lifted, and the money followed the man, not the other way around. You already know money compounds. What almost no one tells you is that you compound too. Every morning you spend getting a little sharper, calmer, and stronger is a deposit into the person you're becoming, and it pays interest because a slightly better you makes slightly better decisions all day. Every morning you spend reactive and half asleep, thumb already scrolling, is a withdrawal. There's no neutral. Put the alarm across the room so getting up means standing up. Then give the first 10 minutes of tomorrow to something that makes you better instead of numb. Read a page. Move your body. Write down what you want. Not a new life. One deposit. Forget the brutal pre-dawn grind, the cold shower, the performance. On the days your life is on fire, do 6 minutes. 1 minute of stillness. 1 minute moving. 1 minute reading. 1 minute writing what you want. 1 minute picturing the day, and 1 minute planning it. 6 minutes is a real morning, and it keeps the habit alive until you can give it more. There's one more trap dressed up as ambition. The grind story. Working yourself into the ground doesn't make you more productive. It makes you tired, and tired people make worse decisions. This was never about more hours. It's about one good hour protected before the world can take it. Alarm across the room tonight. First 10 minutes to getting better, not numb. 6 minutes on the hard days, never 0. The world takes the rest of your day. This 1 hour, you work for yourself. Claim tomorrow's first 10 minutes before anyone else can spend them. There is a silent partner in your money right now, taking a cut of everything you will ever earn, and you never agreed to it. He puts in nothing and does no work or risk and gives no useful advice. He just shows up once a year and takes a slice of your growing pile. Then he keeps doing it for the rest of your life, his cut getting bigger as your money grows. Nobody would knowingly sign that deal. Millions do without reading it because the partner never introduces himself and he simply helps himself. His name is fees. A fee is not a price, it is a piece of your future taken before it can grow. It does not just cost the dollar you paid, it costs every dollar that dollar would have become. Picture 2 people with the same investment and the same returns for 30 years. One pays a small yearly fee and the other does not. That fee sounds like a rounding error, but it compounds against you with the same force that returns compound for you. After decades, the person who paid it has a remarkable share of their lifetime wealth quietly gone. Here is your move today. Find the number nobody wanted you to see. Every fund you own has a cost attached, usually a small percentage called an expense ratio, and most people have never looked at theirs. If you have a retirement account or an advisor, find out what you are paying in fees and trading costs. You may be handing a stranger a real slice of your future for the privilege of being beaten. 1% sounds like nothing, and that is the trick. A slow leak sinks more boats than a sudden hole because nobody bails for a leak they cannot feel. You would think the fix is simple. Pick the cheapest funds and move on, and that is most of it. But the deeper trap is complexity itself. Every extra account, every clever product, every sophisticated strategy is another toll booth with someone waiting to be paid. More is not sophistication, it is expense, wearing a suit. The winning move over and over is subtraction. Find the fee on every account you own today and move toward the cheapest, simplest options you can. Starve the silent partner by owning less clutter, not more. A fee you refuse today is freedom you keep tomorrow. You can own a piece of nearly every company on earth and about 3 funds, set up before lunch, and quietly beat most experts who do far more. That's not a trick. It's the answer one investor reached after a lifetime of experience and mistakes. He chased hot funds, picked stocks that sank, and paid professionals who charged well but delivered poorly. After all of it, he distilled everything down to 3 plain, low-cost index funds that together own almost everything worth owning. The person with the most experience arrived at the simplest answer, not the most complicated one. He didn't graduate from simple into sophisticated. He went the other way through sophistication and back to something a beginner could set up in an afternoon. Simplicity isn't the training wheels, it's the destination. Here's the move. Instead of hunting for the one great stock, buy the whole haystack. One fund owns nearly every company at home. One owns the rest of the world. One holds bonds to steady the ride. Together you own a slice of almost every business on earth. There's little left to guess and far less to worry about. The one real decision is how much to hold in stocks versus bonds, based on how much turbulence you can handle without making a bad decision. More stocks if you have decades ahead. More bonds as your finish line gets closer. The objection comes automatically. 3 funds can't be enough. Surely the smart money does something more complicated. Some do. Yet many finish behind the person who simply owned everything and stayed the course. Complexity often adds cost, taxes, and more chances to make mistakes. The deepest reason to keep it simple has nothing to do with returns. A plan this simple is one someone you love could manage if you no longer could. A grieving spouse, a caregiver, or a child shouldn't have to untangle a maze you created. Simplicity becomes more than efficiency. It becomes kindness. Own the whole market with a few low-cost funds. Set your stock and bond mix to what you can truly live with. Then leave it alone. Look up 3 broad, low-cost funds today and see how little it takes to own almost everything. A crowd of amateurs on an internet forum quietly beat the professionals using a system so boring it fits in one sentence: buy the whole market, cheaply, automatically, and never stop. They were not smarter than the pros. They were teachers, engineers, retirees, and people with ordinary pay packets. They found a simple system and stuck with it for decades while everyone else chased excitement. The winners were not the ones with the perfect strategy. They were the ones who kept following a good enough one without quitting. You become that person not through superhuman discipline, but by building a system that barely needs any. Here is the problem discipline cannot solve. You already know what to buy. Knowing and doing are separated by your moods. Some months you invest and other months you skip it. When the market falls, every instinct tells you to stop. Left to willpower, investing becomes an emotional stop and start cycle. So take yourself out of the loop. Set everything up once on a calm day and automate it. A fixed amount moves from your pay packet into your funds before you can talk yourself out of it. Pay your future self first and live on the rest. If you wait until the end of the month to invest what is left, there usually will not be anything left. Flip the order. A fixed schedule quietly does something you never could. Buying the same amount every month automatically buys more when prices are lower and less when they are higher. No guessing and no emotions. Reinvest the dividends so they buy more shares and the machine starts feeding itself. Once a year, rebalance back to your target mix. That is the whole job. Build it once, and the hardest thing you will ever do as an investor is nothing. One last trap is staring at the balance every day. Every market twitch pulls your emotions around, and that number is mostly noise. The number you control is your contribution. Track what you put in, not what the market happened to do today. Automate a fixed transfer into your funds. Reinvest dividends and rebalance once a year. Leave everything else alone. Set up one automatic transfer today, even if it is small before the money starts feeling spendable. One founder proved people wanted his product before he built it with a single short video, and his waiting list grew from about 5,000 people to 75,000 almost overnight. He believed people would love a tool that synced their files everywhere. Building it would take months and might fail if nobody wanted it. So he did not build it first. He created a short video showing how it would work, posted it, and watched what happened. People rushed to join the waiting list. Only then did he invest months building the real product. That one decision destroys the biggest myth keeping people trapped. You have been taught that starting means committing first and finding out later. Build the business, quit the job, risk the savings, hope it works. He reversed the order. He found out first and committed second. Here is your move. Take the business idea you have been carrying around and identify its riskiest assumption. Usually, it is something like, people will actually pay for this. Then create the cheapest, fastest test of only that assumption. Not the whole business, just the assumption. A simple page describing the offer, a handful of conversations with the exact people you would serve. One sale made manually before building any machinery. Watch what people do, not what they politely say. The magic word is learning. Most people measure progress by how much they have built. That is the wrong scoreboard. You can build something beautifully and still build something nobody wants. The only progress that matters is discovering as cheaply as possible whether real people actually want it. One more step. Aim these experiments at profit, not endless growth. Stay small enough to stay free unless you have consciously decided otherwise. Testing is not just about reducing risk. It is about building the life you actually want. You already have the two things you need: protected morning time to run small experiments in a long-term investing system quietly working beneath you. That means your side project never has to be a desperate home run. Name your riskiest assumption today. Build the cheapest possible test this week. Aim for profit, not an empire. Start by writing down the one belief your idea lives or dies on. Why does a one-person operation keep beating a company 100 times its size? One word: speed. You'll never outmuscle the big players. They have more money, more people, and more reach. But you can move while they're still scheduling the meeting to discuss whether to move. Large organizations are heavy. Decisions climb through layers and come back down long after the opportunity has passed. You can decide over breakfast and launch before lunch. When success often comes from learning the truth first, speed is a huge advantage. One entrepreneur wanted to know whether people would buy shoes online when the idea sounded ridiculous. Instead of building warehouses, he photographed shoes in local stores. When someone placed an order, he went back, bought the shoes at full price, and mailed them himself. No warehouse, no inventory. Just the fastest possible test of one question: will people buy? Once the answer was yes, the small experiment became a massive company. Here's your move. Work in small batches. Instead of disappearing for months to build the perfect product, release the smallest useful version this week and learn from what happens. Small experiments create constant feedback, helping you catch mistakes while they're still inexpensive. When a test fails, don't quit. Pivot. Keep what you've learned. Change the one thing that isn't working and test again. Your real runway isn't how much money you have left. It's how many informed experiments you can still afford to make. There's another trap. You're running two systems that need opposite tempos. Your side business needs speed, experimentation, and quick feedback. Your investments need patience, stillness, and years of consistency. Bring investor patience to a failing business and you'll waste months. Bring entrepreneurial restlessness to long-term investing and you'll constantly tinker with something that only works when left alone. Fast where fast belongs. Still where still belongs. The smallest bet is often the strongest. A weekend experiment that fails teaches you almost everything. A perfect launch of something nobody wanted can cost years. Ship in small batches. Pivot instead of quitting. Keep every experiment small enough that failure can't seriously hurt you. Run your business fast and your investments slow. Today, take whatever you're perfecting. Carve off the smallest testable piece and put it in front of one real person. The single most valuable move you'll ever make with your money may be to do absolutely nothing at the exact moment every instinct is telling you to act. One day, the market will fall. Headlines may insist this time is different. Every instinct may tell you to sell and wait for things to calm down, but acting out of fear can hurt investors. Many people earn less than their investments because they buy when confidence is high and sell when fear takes over. The market did not defeat them. Their reactions worked against them. Here's the move. During a market downturn, stay calm. Do not rush to sell. You built your investing system on a calm day so it could keep working when emotions were strongest. Staying patient when emotions are running high is not passive. It is one of the hardest and most valuable things an investor can do. But markets are not the only things that test us. One man faced a major accident at 20. He experienced serious injuries, and doctors believed he might never walk again. He did. Eventually, he even ran 52 miles, not because he had a superpower, but because he practiced 3 ordinary habits. First, he accepted reality without pretending things were better than they were. Second, he held on to a reason the challenge mattered. Third, he adapted to the situation he actually faced. Accept reality. Hold on to your why. Take the next possible step. There is a daily version of this too. When you miss one day, do not let it become the story that you have failed. One difficult day is still just one day. Progress only stops when you decide not to begin again. Whenever something does not go as planned, do not simply move on. Ask why, then ask why again. Keep asking until you uncover the real problem you can actually fix. A mistake you never examine is a missed opportunity. A mistake you learn from becomes a valuable lesson. So when the market falls, let your system keep working. When life takes an unexpected turn, accept reality. Remember your reason and take the next step. Ask why until you find the real lesson. Be like a tree that bends without losing its roots. Decide today what you will do the next time the market falls. Stay calm and stick to your plan. You're chasing a finish line that keeps moving, and it's the reason you'll never feel rich, no matter how much you make. Nobody taught you to define enough. So you keep climbing. More money, more clients, a bigger title. Every time you reach the goal, the finish line moves again. You can't win a race with no finish line. Consider a man with a successful marketing career who spent his spare time drawing cartoons. Eventually, he left the executive track to become a full-time cartoonist, building a small, profitable business on his own terms. By the usual scoreboard, he went backward. But everyone understands he actually won. He got his life back. The scoreboard was measuring the wrong thing. Here's the reframe. Growth isn't automatically good. Every step toward bigger comes with a hidden bill. More to manage. More that can break. More of your life consumed by the thing that was supposed to give you freedom. Before saying yes to anything bigger, ask one question. Will this make me more free? Or just more busy? Not more impressive. More free. If the honest answer is just more busy, you already know what to do. Without a clear definition of enough, you can never arrive. Write down, in real numbers, the income and lifestyle that would truly be enough. Give yourself a finish line you can actually cross. That doesn't mean you never grow. It means you grow differently. Scale your usefulness, not your size. Build systems that continue helping people without making your life heavier. One kind of growth trades freedom for expansion. The other lets your impact grow while your life stays simple. 3 moves. Before choosing bigger, ask whether it creates freedom or just more work. Define your enough in real numbers. When you grow, scale usefulness instead of head count. Stop chasing a finish line that never stops moving and start building the life you actually want. Today, write down what enough really looks like for you. You do not have to quit your job to be free, and the people who build freedom the right way often discover they never need to. Most people are sold one plan, work for decades, then finally escape. But that plan bets your entire life on a someday that keeps moving. Even when the escape finally comes, it often disappoints because someone who never learned to build freedom will not suddenly know how to enjoy it. Think about a designer who could have built a huge agency. Instead, he deliberately stayed small and built his work around the life he wanted instead of building his life around work. Later, when another opportunity could have become enormous, he kept it intentionally small, profitable, and free. He realized the goal was never bigger. It was creating a life he did not need to escape from. Now apply that to your own life. Most people build a life they cannot wait to leave, then spend decades hoping retirement will rescue them. Do the opposite. Build freedom into the life you already have, starting in the margins, so that by the time quitting is even a possibility, you are already living differently. You already know the pieces. Reclaim your first hour. Close the leaks in your money. Turn your paycheck into an automatic investing machine. Test new income without risking everything. Learn to survive setbacks. Define what enough actually means. Reclaimed time, a wealth machine, tested income, resilience, a finish line you chose. That is freedom built one piece at a time. The next move is smaller than you think. Do not try to do everything. Lay one brick. Set up the automatic transfer and protect tomorrow morning. Test one small idea and write down your enough. Pick one action this week and complete it. That is the difference between someone who reads about freedom and someone who starts building it. Your future is being shaped by what you build now or by what you keep postponing. The years will pass either way. The only question is whether anything meaningful compounds while they do. Build your work around your life, not your life around work. Stop waiting for one dramatic leap and build freedom in the margins instead. Lay one brick this week, and one day you will realize you are already free because you built it long before you ever considered quitting.